Good morning. You are watching us live from the office of the SGOD of the Schools Division of Masbate Province.
Good morning. This convergence of successful school and SDO leaders is live streamed via StreamYard and Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first virtual regional assembly of the school-based management practitioners.
Join us as we celebrate inspiring success stories from SBM practicing schools, the significant SBM milestones of Region 5.
Yes, precisely. For what we shall showcase today are the SBM best practices of Region 5 that made an impact to performance improvement.
Observably, putting premium on the effective implementation of school-based management is surefire formula in improving the learning outcomes and school performance in general. SBM is an advocacy to leverage collaborative, active participation and engagement of school stakeholders.
Looking into the best practices of schools along SBM, we can have a clear perspective as to how we can maintain and sustain critical performances which will significantly propel the advancement of the school laudable practices geared towards the realization of DepEd vision and mission.
Various studies have found that practical application of SBM improves school performance and create a positive effect on student achievement.
And studies show three things that are improved through SBM. One is educational outcomes for students. Two, efficient delivery of services. And three, increased opportunities for local decision making.
We would like to acknowledge our participants from the school's divisions of Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate Province, and Sorsogon Province.
We also would like to say hi to our avid participants from the schools division of Iriga City, Naga City, Ligao City, Legazpi City, Tabaco City, Sorsogon City, and Masbate City.
I believe everybody's all set and we are all excited to witness the different presentations. And to start, let's have the welcome remarks of our very own Schools Division Superintendent, Nene Armirioles, SDO Masbate Province.
Good morning. You are watching us live from the office of the SGOD of the Schools Division of Masbate Province.
Good morning. This convergence of successful school and SDO
Good morning. You are watching us live from the office of the SGOD of the Schools Division of Masbate Province.
Good morning. This convergence of successful school and SDO leaders is live streamed via StreamYard and Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first virtual regional assembly of the school-based management practitioners.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng makitig, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisigil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bakaw, may nilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isap ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagbinigil, ang bituin at araw makayan, pag may di magdididig, lupa ng araw na huwag matipagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling ko. Ang hindi kaya na pagpapay na langit, ang namatay ng kapit sa'yo. us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we stay.
La luce che tu ricordarci
Stars are wonders now.
del caso della sera.
As we celebrate inspiring success stories from SBM practicing schools, the significant SBM milestones of Region 5.
Yes, precisely. For what we shall showcase today are the SBM best practices of Region 5 that made an impact to performance improvement.
Observably, putting premium on the effective implementation of school-based management is surefire formula in improving the learning outcomes and school performance in general. SBM is an advocacy to leverage collaborative, active participation and engagement of school stakeholders.
Looking into the best practices of schools along SBM, we can have a clear perspective as to how we can maintain and sustain critical performances, which will significantly propel the advancement of the school laudable practices geared towards the realization of DepEd vision and mission.
Various studies have found out that practical application of SBM improves school performance and create a positive effect on student achievement.
And studies show that there are three things which are improved through SBM. One is educational outcomes for students. Two, efficient delivery of services. And three, increased opportunities for local decision making.
And we would like to acknowledge our participants from the school's divisions of Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate Province, and Sorsogon Province.
We also would like to say hi to our avid participants from the school's division of Iriga City, Naga City, Ligao City, Legazpi City, Tabaco City, Sorsogon City, and Masbate City.
And I believe we are all excited really to witness the different presentations from our different divisions. And to start, let's have the welcome remarks of Nene Armerioles, Schools Division Superintendent, SDO Masbate Province.
Nene R. Marioles for that very warm welcome. Now, let us listen to the message of our Regional Director, Sir Gilbert T. Sadsay.
Up next is the message of Dexter N. Pante, Chief School Effectiveness Division, BHROD, DepEd Central Office.
Thank you, Dexter and Ponte, for that inspiring message. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the SBM presentations. Our first presenter is Mom Annie B. Bailon, Principal 2, and the project is entitled Rizal National High School Achieved Advanced SBM Level 3 of Rizal National High School, SDO, Sorsogon Province.
And the reactor is CID Chief Noel D. Logroño of SDO Masbate City.
The school-based management journey of Rizal National High School started with its hope of improving the school's delivery system and its processes. Debit Order Number 82, Series of 2012, made way to the new SBM Framework Assessment Process and Tools, or APAT, and the contextualization of the artifact needed. It is a paradigm shift from school-centered to a child and community-centered education system, or access. The three important characteristics of SBM APAT are organizational structure, interrelationships, and interdependence. The validation is done using the DOD, or the document analysis, observation, and discussion to verify or clarify the evidences. It is a tedious process, but it is more of a learning experience. Emphasized here is the involvement of the stakeholders, starting from the planning phase up to the attainment of goals and the celebration of successes. Attaining advanced level is a long process. The sustained improvement and increase in the indicators is very vital. This involves everyone. It is never a one-man band. Creating a community of practice is an important factor in the attainment of the advanced SBM level of practice. This is also where transparency is measured and how the programs, projects, and activities involved in the school community as well as the external stakeholders. I've seen dedication and passion in every person in the school. Their desire for excellence is translated into action and support. I won't say that we've not faced challenges. We did. It is because of our faith in each other and the love for our learners that bring us together. We may differ in other aspects, but we are united towards one goal, and that is to give only the best to our learners. Anyway, true beauty lies in diversity. We all have to set our mind to what we want and work hard for it. At the right time, reward awaits. We've always believed in the mantra, one Rizal, one family, and we work really hard to achieve Rizal, a reliable, innovative.
Now let's have the awarding of certificates or plaque of recognition as Regional SBM Level 3 Advanced by Madam Joan Lagata, EPS English, CLMD, and a member of the Regional SBM Validating Team.
Our next presentation is entitled Ponso North Elementary School Best Practices in School-Based Management by Blesilda M. Olivares, Principal 1 of Ponso North Elementary School, SDO Albay.
And our reactor is ASDS Bernie Casim Despabeladero of SDO Tabaco City.
Oo, Ponso.
Good day, everyone. This is Blesilda M. Olivares, Principal 1 of Ponso North Elementary School, Pulangi North District, Schools Division Office of Albay. It's my pleasure to present to you Pines, SBM, and LCP at its best. Ponso North Elementary School is located at Barangay Ponso, Pulangi, Albay, with 24 teachers and 571 learners for school year 2020-2021. The SBM level of practice is under Level 2, interpreted as maturing. Through the collaborative efforts and shared responsibilities, both internal and external stakeholders, the school maintains its child and community-centered status as shown by the continuous improvements along the four principles of school-based management and in line with the school's learning continuity plan in this time of COVID-19 pandemic. What was done? The school improvement plan was developed collaboratively by stakeholders as co-owners and communicated well during assemblies. Strong linkages and partnerships with education partners locally and globally. Implementation of Brigada sa Pagbasa and Kindergarten Storytellers Club. Equal opportunities to all learners both in academic and extracurricular activities. Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, education must continue through the implementation of the Learning Continuity Plan. In Ponso North Elementary School, we contextualize and localize the curriculum using modular learning and radio-based instruction.
Ang pag-aaralan natin ngayong araw ay tungkol sa kung paano maipapakita, mailalarawan, at magbilang sa iba't ibang paraan at kagamitan ang mga bilang mula 0 hanggang 100.
Awarding.
And now the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Next presenter is Ma'am Elaine B. Tabarangao, Principal 1. And the project is entitled Infrared, which means Infrastructure Recovery and Development, Bridging Gaps on Access, Quality, and Governance of Santo Niño Elementary School from SDO, Iriga City.
And the reactor is ASDS Wilfredo J. Guevara of SDO Albay.
National High School is one among the three public schools of Estero, Iriga City with SBM Level 2 status. It has a total school population of 720 students and 40 teaching and non-teaching personnel. Run to the finish line. No one should be left behind is our banner program. And Together We Shine as One is our mantra. This program started last school year 2019-2020.
This program aims to increase the academic performance of every learner and increase the promotion and completion rates of the school. It encapsulates seven.
Now let's have the awarding of certificates.
And now, our next presenter is Jessica Hughes Saison, Principal 4. And the project title is Through the Lens of Excellence, Magnifying LNHS Through Micro-Macro of Ligao National High School, SDO, Ligao City.
Let us also welcome the reactor, ASDS Sueño S. Lusada of SDO, Naga City.
And now, the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Now let's give it up to our next presenter, Ma'am Elvie J. Figueroa, Principal 1, and the project is entitled LDM, Linang Dunong Mo, Tulay sa Mga Pangarap ng Batang Pio of Pio Hibulan Elementary School, SDO, Sorsogon City.
And the reactor is ASDS Maria Flora T. Pandes of SDO Camarines Norte.
Now, ladies, the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Up next is the presentation of the title, Project Mabuhay, Matutong Bumasa nang Umunlad ang Buhay by Arnel R. Pusing, Principal 1 of Catalino M. Escalona Elementary School, SDO, Masbate Province.
CS Ling Z. Padillo of SDO Camarines Sur. Have you ever wondered why Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, found out that Filipino students did the worst academic performance amongst the 79 countries in the world in reading literacy? Why am I asking you this? I am Arnel Pusing, Principal of Catalino M. Escalona Elementary School in the District of Baleno in Masbate Province Division. I asked you that question because the video that I will be presenting, I believe, can awaken and give us the drive to help address this crisis in education that we are facing right now. Please watch this.
Yes, and now the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Next presenter is Demostesis B. Vivandor, Principal 2, and the project is entitled BSCS Best Practices in SBM from Bula South Central School of SDO Camarines Sur.
And the reactor is EPS OIC SGOD Chief Ernie M. Barangkel of SDO Ligao City.
Now let's have the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next presenter is Maria Teresita Rintoy, Master Teacher 1, and the project title is Metamorphosis of Cararayan National High School, SDO, Naga City.
Let us also acknowledge the reactor, CMLD Chief Francisco B. Bulalakaw Jr. of DepEd Region 5.
Masayang pagkapanalo sa unang pagkakataon ang natanggap ng Naga Central School 2 sa Brigada Eskwela 2020. Katuwang ang iba't ibang sektor ng paaralang elementarya at sa pangunguna ng Schools Division Superintendent at ng Mayor ng Lungsod ng Naga, matagumpay na isinuong ng Naga Central School 2 ang hamon sa gitna ng pandemyang dulot ng COVID-19.
Kada eskwela, programa iyang kang Department of Education na halos ipinagmamalaki na yan sa ibang nasyon.
Si mga kahagadan po sa Satuya, in the form of materials and sometimes even facilities, basta't kaipuhan po, itinatao-ta po yan.
The Brigada Eskwela team envisions for a better Naga Central School 2 in terms of performance, in terms of learning environment. Tinuturuan ng mga teacher na mag-segregate. Dahil dyan, naisipan nila ng mga teacher na turuan ng mga bata na magkaroon ng eco-brick activity or project. Yung mga plastics, mailagay dun sa container and magamit na parang hollow blocks.
Sa kasalukuyan ay madami ng pagpapabuti sa paaralan ang naidulot ng Eco-Bricks Project na pinangunahan ng Brigada Eskwela Team. Sa loob ng 3 taon, nais ng Naga Central School 2 na maging kampyon sa waste management strategy at maging magandang impluensya sa iba pang paaralan sa lungsod ng Naga sa pamamagitan ng pag-advocate ng Eco-Bricks Project. Ang pagtaas ng enrollment mula 1,997 at ngayon ay
Hello po. Okay, good afternoon to each and everyone. I am Juliet Cruzat Curva, Principal 2 of Naga Central School 2, proudly presenting one of our school-based management best practices.
And now the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Now let's give it up for our next presenter, Sir Ferdinand T. Tuse, Principal 1, and the project is entitled Yes for Love. Yokti Elementary Schools, Educators and Stakeholders for Learners Optimal Value Education. Yokti Elementary School, SDO, Catanduanes.
And the reactor is ASDS Maria Ginny T. Abayon, SDO, Sorsogon Province.
With limited electricity supply from solar panels and a local service provider. Supply from solar categorized as an energized school with limited electricity supply from solar panels and a local service provider. Telecommunication signal in the area is quite good, but sometimes lost during inclement weather. Only one unit of printer is available for use in the school, and supplies for module reproduction is limited.
Yes, sa Talumbanas. Y. Yielding research and innovation. E. Empowering stakeholders and school community. F. Strengthening school-based management skills. School and community. Adapting partnership for education.
Aware that it will not be easy, everyone must prepare for the work. Mapping of learners'
Now let's have the awarding of certificates.
Up next is the presentation entitled Kaayuhan san Eskwelahan, Futuro san Kabataan by Alfredo R. Sessa Jr., Principal 2 of Amancio Aguilar Elementary School, Masbate City.
And our reactor is ASDS Marivic P. Diaz of SDO, Sorsogon City.
Elementary schools, best practices. The Amancio Aguilar Elementary School is a complete elementary school in the city of Masbate. The school lives on its mantra, Pag taga Amancio, matibay kaayo, to show that the success of an educational institution is due to the empowerment of the school administration and the cooperation of the faculty, which are regularly practiced through cascading all the significant information, activities, programs, and projects to the school governing council as they continue to strictly observe shared governance and shared responsibility, thus producing the best results for the most important customers, the learners. Along the school-based management dimensions, the AAES does its best to achieve quality education and produce globally competitive learners exactly how the department dreams the Filipinos to be. The school has fully established a school improvement plan and the governing council with the representatives from the people.
And now, the awarding of certificates.
Next, presenter is Roger O. Liare, Principal 1, and the project is entitled Masarawag High School Best Practices in School-Based Management. Masarawag National High School, SDO Albay.
And the reactor is QAD Chief Jocelyn O.D., DepEd Region 5.
Practitioners, my warmest greetings to everyone. Yours truly is Mr. Roger Oliave, Principal 1 of Masarawag National High School, humbly presenting to you our SBM practices. For our school profile, our school is situated at the foot of Mount Mayun within 8 kilometers extended danger zone. Our school population for this current school year has a total of 1,008 students. Our faculty members and staff is a total of 48. Where were we before? For the computation of the final rating, the total rating is 1.77, interpreted as maturing. Where are we now? For the computation of the final rating, we've earned a total score of 2.01, interpreted as maturing. What were done? For the action steps, mentioning only the selling points, under Principle 1 Leadership and Governance, we have the approved SIP and the MOA of Starbucks enhancement. We have also a copy of the Officer F, picture of approved inset, and picture of training evaluation. For curriculum and instruction, the Lower Benibsaka National High School conducted benchmarking of Starbucks best practices, and we attained also Win3 star chart of the school. APA and automotive students were taught how to drive tractors. The enhancement remedial activities were done through Starbucks e-library. There is also the indigenous materials by Mr. Opanya, who garnered second place in the regional level competition. The students must devise became 3 years champion at the division level. We have regular monitoring supervisory plan approved to total by
Coming next is the awarding of certificates.
And now is the presentation of the project entitled Resiliently Ready by Elena B. Tasik, Principal 4 of Tabaco National High School, Tabaco City.
And let us also welcome the reactor, ASDS Cecil C. Ferro of SDO Camarines Sur.
The school commits to achieve DepEd's vision, mission, core values, and goal. As such, the 12,906 learners are passionately served by the 491 teaching and non-teaching personnel headed by a principal 4 with 3 assistant school principals. To operationalize the 15 millions maintenance and other operational expenses for the effective and efficient implementation of the distance learning delivery modalities, requiring augmentation due to inadequate resources is a big challenge. But with the sustained support of the many development partners who help improve the quality and effectiveness of TNHS, performing health and safety, teaching and learning, and management and leadership duties is so easy to do. Friends, we are humbled.
Living up to this mantra, building relationships, building learning communities. TNHS Shans take pride in having the largest secondary school in the Bicol region with a total land area of 10.3 hectares, 12,706 learners from grade 7 to grade 12, and 494 teaching and non-teaching personnel. TNHS is ranked as one of the top schools in the Bicol region, scoring academic reputation indicators of excellence. During the pre-pandemic,
break.
And now, the awarding of certificates.
Now, at this point, let's watch SDO or School SBM Initiative or Best Practices videos. Let's have SDO Tobacco City Enhance iShare project of San Lorenzo Elementary School. Next one, go.
San Lorenzo Elementary School of SBO Tobacco City is championing financial literacy program in DepEd Region 5 since 2015. Awarded as 2019 Outstanding Regional Partner for Coin Recirculation by BSP Legazpi City. Featured by TV Patrol Bicol as one of their headline news for 2 times. Featured by Sky Radio in one of its episodes. Was featured by the Philippine Information Agency.
And now, let's watch the project of Manalabak National High School entitled MNHS at its Best, Building Excellence Through Solidarity and Trust by Nerio Milano M. Cibulo, Principal 1 of Manalabak National High School, Camarines Sur.
Let us also welcome the reactor ASDS Fatima D. Buen of SDO Albay.
Along special projects, we are proud that the school is a three-time winner in the search for Best Brigada Escuela Implementer. We were also able to win in the regional level in our STRAT program, which means students today, road users tomorrow. We were also able to establish our school mantra, which is at MNHS, we make sense. Sense for study, E is for explore, N for nurture, S for serve, and E is for experience. So along the physical facilities, in 5 years, we are proud that all of the damaged classrooms, particularly those who were destroyed by typhoons, were already repaired.
And now, the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next SBM project is entitled Rawis ES Shines, to be presented by Ma'am Gloria C. Abadesa, Principal 1 of Rawis Elementary School from SDO Legazpi City.
And the reactor is ASDS Maria Magnolia F. Brioso, SDO Iriga City.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, SDO Legazpi City. This is Mrs. Gloria C. Abadesa, Principal 1 of Rawis Elementary School. I would like to present to you the BELCP of Rawis Elementary School Shines, which caters to the needs of regular learners and learners with special needs. Thank you.
Teachers, and pupils. Rawis Elementary School shines amid this time of pandemic. In adherence to DepEd Order Number 12, Series of 2020, its Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan caters to the learning needs of the 945 regular learners and 163 learners with special education needs, or LSENs. Support mechanism. Blended learning implementation gains support from various stakeholders such as barangay council, parents, teachers, and pupils who signify help in the implementation of learning modalities. The PTA initiated the procurement of 13 printers and 250 reams of bond paper through Bridging the Gap project. With the services rendered, financial support, and donations of the local government units,
Coming next, is the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next presentation is entitled Labo National High School Continuing Education Amidst the Pandemic by Joven Villasana Gutierrez, Principal 1 of Labo National High School, SDO, Camarines Norte.
And our reactor is CID Chief Julie Roses of SDO, Tabaco City. Of SDO, Tabaco City.
Good morning, fellow educators. I am Joven D. Gutierrez.
Wait lang sir, na ano na.
Supply from solar panels and a local service provider. Telecommunication signal in the area is quite good, but sometimes lost during inclement weather. Only one unit of printer is available for use in the school, and supplies for mobile reproduction is limited.
Yes, sa Palumbanas. Y. Yielding research and innovation. E. Empowering stakeholders and school community. F. Strengthening school-based management skills.
BDC, everyone must prepare for the world. Mapping of learners' learning context reveals that almost all learners has no laptop and internet connection at home. Therefore, they prefer a modality that utilizes printed modules. A stakeholders consultative meeting with stakeholders
Certificates.
Congratulations! Coming next is Sir Efren O. Matienzo, Jr., Principal 1, to be presenting the project entitled Project Scape, School and Community Adapting Partnership for Education from Palumbanes Integrated School of SDO, Catanduanes.
And the reactor is CID Chief Mariben de Berja of SDO Camarines Sur.
Next is the awarding of certificates.
Next presentation is entitled Together We Shine as One. Healthy Learners are Fast Learners by Jocelyn S. Chason, Principal 2 of Santo Niño National High School, SDO, Irigas City.
Let us also welcome the reactor, ASDS Maria Luisa T. De La Rosa from SDO Catanduanes.
Santo Niño National High School is one among the three public schools of SDO Iriga City with SBM Level 2 status. It has a total school population of 720 students and 40 teaching and non-teaching personnel. Run to the finish line. No one should be left behind is our banner program. And together,
And now, the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next video presentation is entitled Actual Interactive Daily Ebook or AID, which means Appetite to Faens Learners in New Normal, to be presented by Ma'am Rowena F. Baldeo, Principal 1 of Federico A. Stipona Memorial High School of SDO Masbate Province.
And the reactor is CID Chief Montserrat de Guemo of SDO Sorsogon City.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Rowena Fenis Baldeo, the principal of Federico A. Estepona Memorial High School. I'm glad to be here to present our school project entitled Actual Interactive Daily eBook or AID, an appetite of IMHS learners in this new normal. Nowadays, where education is done in distance learning, enhancement to modular modality is necessary to make the approach interactive and be available in soft copy in online or offline. Thus, Project AID is developed. May I invite everyone to watch it.
Actual Interactive Daily eBook, Appetite to 5HS Learners in New Normal. Prepared by Rowena Fenis Baldeo, the school principal. Education in this new normal all over the Philippines presents new challenges to both teachers and learners. Face-to-face is discouraged. Thus, we have distance learning. But how can this be given to be more interactive than merely reading and answering modules? Based on LESF survey results as of July 15, 2020,
Award.
Now is the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next presenter is Jeremy A. Cruz, Principal 3, and the project title is Sa Pag-asa, Aki ang Vida, Pag-asa National High School, SDO, Legazpi City.
Let us also welcome the reactor, ASDS Larry Lauro of SDO Masbate City.
It is our critical role to empower our learners of all ages and types for them to become productive members of the community. Sa pag-asa, aki ang vida.
Special science class, and we are about to show you the Inclusive Special Education Program.
Pag-asa National High Schools SBM is a response to UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goals. Its SIP, titled the PNHS Global Citizenship Education Project, includes the Inclusive Special Education Program, or ISPED.
Okay. Before the implementation of our inclusive education program, our students with disabilities were placed in a self-contained setting. They were not sociable. They only mingled among themselves. They always stayed in a restraint. So they left the school not ready to enter job placement.
Special education.
And the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next SBM project title is Eco Bricks Making a Strategical Waste Management Project, an innovation for Brigada Escuela 2020, to be presented by Ma'am Juliet C. Curva, Principal 2 of Naga Central School 2 of SDO Naga City.
And the reactor is ASDS Fernando C. Macaraig, SDO Legazpi City.
Masayang pagkapanalo sa unang pagkakataon ang natanggap ng Naga Central School 2 sa Brigada Escuela 2020. Katuwang ang iba't ibang sektor ng paaralang elementarya at sa pangunguna ng Schools Division Superintendent at ng Mayor ng Lungsod ng Naga, matagumpay na isinuong ng Naga Central School 2 ang hamon sa gitna ng
And now the awarding of certificates.
Our next presentation is entitled Growing Compassion and Wisdom, and the presenter is Rowan L. Silestra, Principal 1 of Buena Vista Elementary School, SDO, Sorsogon City.
And our reactor is the OIC Admin Chief, Casiano B. Perdigones Jr. from DepEd Region 5.
That does not fail to surprise me is Buena Vista Elementary School.
It was 2015 August that I was told that I would be assigned in Buena Vista Elementary School. That's only 2 months after I was assigned to my new school, Tublihon Elementary School, from 3 years journey in a multi-grade school in Salvacion Elementary School. So with this, I wondered why? Why in a very short time? Why me? And what scores for me in Buena Vista Elementary School?
And the awarding of certificates.
Congratulations! Our next project is entitled Community-Based Dorp, an SBM Milestone, to be presented by Ma'am Lourdes B. Non, Principal 1 of Parang Elementary School from SDO Camarines Norte.
And the reactor is CID Chief Sansita B. Pinarobia, SDO Albay.
It's the largest school category in the division of Camarines Norte, located in the municipality of Jose Panganiban, headed by Mrs. Lourdes Binon, School Principal 1 with 39 teaching personnel, including 1 Master Teacher 2, 4 Master Teacher 1, and 4 non-teaching staff. For school year 2020-2021, the school total population
Next is the awarding of certificates.
Tayo na po ata, ma'am.
Our next presentation is entitled Project How, Health or Wealth, Integrating All SBM Practices of Address, to be presented by Ira E. Diocariza, Principal 1 of Alejandro de los Reyes Integrated School, SDO Masbate City.
Let us also welcome the reactor, HRDD Chief Sancha M. Nacion of DepEd Region 5.
As a firm believer of this vision, our school have pursued programs, activities, and projects that are instrumental in our quest for a child and community-centered education system or access. To showcase our SBM best practices, we have implemented Project Health Our Wealth and its sub-project, Kulay. Alejandro de los Reyes Integrated School is located at Barangay
And now the awarding of certificates.
Now, let us listen to the closing remarks of Ronel Al K. Firmo, Assistant Regional Director.
And now let's have Evangeline A. Sakulo, Chief Field Technical Assistance Division, for the words of gratitude. The Department of Education recognizes the vital role of its partners in education in realizing the school-based management thrusts. These partners in education empowers the school and expands participation and involvement of the entire community.
Transforming a school to become more effective demands engagement of everyone in the community. It has been DepEd's advocacy to leverage collaborative, active participation and engagement of its stakeholders. Thus, partners in education are taking part in the implementation of SBM.
This event is made possible and successful through the collaborative efforts of DepEd Region 5 Office, spearheaded by Sir Gilbert T. Sadsad, our Regional Director, in cooperation with the 13 Schools Division offices.
We also would like to appreciate the full support of the SBM best practicing schools, their respective presenters and reactors.
It is also a must that we acknowledge the people behind working for the success of this first virtual regional assembly of the school-based management practitioners.
The host division, the Schools Division of Masbate Province, spearheaded by Madam Nene R. Merioles, CESO 5, the chairpersons and members of the different technical working committees,
and to all of you who took part in the aimed success of this event.
Thank you so much. Damo-damo po na salamat. Diyos mabalos.